Hi, this is Ian from EssentialTennis.com. Welcome to episode number 22 of Ask Ian. Before I get to today's question, I just simply want to thank all of you that have been watching over the last 22 episodes, 21 before this. Your support really means a lot to me, especially those of you that have been clicking like on the videos and leaving your own questions down below. It really kind of keeps it going, so thank you very much. Today we're going to be answering a question from Jason Spencer, who wrote in on Facebook. And he said, from a USTA team captain's perspective, which styles of player combine to make the best teams? Any other factors to consider? From a player's point of view, what traits should we look for in a partner in contrast to our strengths and weaknesses? Okay, and he's got a few more comments as well, but you get the gist. Jason, pairing doubles players together to make the most successful team is just as much art as it is science. I definitely have some general suggestions for you today, but that being said, you kind of have to use your gut a little bit, kind of go with your instinct a lot of times, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. Let me give you my top suggestions here. We're going to talk about styles and we're going to talk about personalities. When it comes to styles, a lot of times you want to contrast different styles. Very generally speaking, you've got your defensive kind of players and you're very steady players that just get a lot of balls in. They're good at extending points. They're good at just putting the ball where it should be and being very steady. And then you've got your players that are very good at being aggressive. They're very good at finishing points. And a good friend of mine, Matt, who coaches Division I college tennis, calls these setters and hitters. Setter is your player that stays in the point and sets up the point, and a hitter is the person that is more offensively minded and is good at finishing points. And a lot of times when you put a setter and a hitter together, they match up very, very well. You've got a player who's setting up the point and a player who's going in for the kill and finishing the points. Now, it's a very general rule of thumb. A lot of times you can put both players together, meaning two setters, two very steady players, and that can be very successful. You can put together two hitters, two very aggressive players, and that can also be successful. But just something to think about. Again, very general terms, but as far as mixing and matching styles, those are things to keep in mind. Now, when it comes to personalities, that's where you don't really want to shake things up very much. You want to put people together that their personality styles are very, what's the word I'm looking for? They mesh very naturally together. And you've got, kind of your stereotypical player types. You've got your joker, your person who likes to mess around and kind of make light of things, make jokes, he's laughing after mistakes, etc. You've got your more professor or coach style player who likes to, give a lot of advice. Some players don't mind that, other players hate that. You've got your wallflower, your more internally focused player who is not very extroverted. That was kind of my style, doubles. I wasn't super outgoing. And so you've got all these, again, very general types of personalities. It's equally as important to match personalities and make sure that that they mix well together as it is mixing and matching styles. So keep those things in mind. The last two things really quickly that I'll point out as being important things. First of all, you need to give doubles pairings time before you decide if they really work or not. One match is not enough. 2, 3 matches really just starting to scratch the surface as far as discovering if there's good chemistry there. You have to give doubles pairings time. Now, it may be obvious immediately that it won't work, but I wouldn't be too quick to judge whether or not it'll be a big success. Give it some time. And then lastly, once you discover a pairing that does work well, don't break it up. I think one of the biggest mistakes that USTA captains make is they're constantly mixing and matching, and they're playing, it's like a little social experiment for them, and they're rotating around partners, and there's never any congruency. And listen, this is like a relationship, right? You need time to get to know each other, to get to know each other's strengths and weaknesses, your personality likes and dislikes. You have to give doubles pairings time to really give it a fair chance. And once they do prove to be successful, don't break them up unless you have a really good reason to do so. So Jason, hopefully that's helpful. if you're watching today and you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful as well, do me a favor and click like. Also subscribe to the Essential Tennis YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future episodes of Ask Ian and other instructional videos and pro footage. And lastly, any other comments or questions you have, leave those down below. With that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care and good luck with your tennis.